If you were born anytime before 2005, you've undoubtedly heard this phrase.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
We're doing a story
On guys, men trying to meet kids online for sex.
And debatedly the most popular would be the Cawd father himself, Lorne Armstong.
Yell at me, why don't you? Well, I want to kiss first. Hey, sir. Not a whole lot.
We're doing a story on it.
This guy spawned legions of fans and has even spawned his own religion known as the Church of Cawd, which has many Lornographers. Yeah, it's definitely a thing, and it's even funnier is the fact that their holy text is actually the chat log from the episode, and while it's fucking ridiculous, I fucking love it.
Well.
Sometime in the future, I may dive into the Church of Lornography a little bit deeper. However, in the meantime, I wanted to check out something just as enticing and equally as tantalizing. And that is that, did you know that Lorne Armstong actually has his own YouTube channel?
What? No way.
Really had is the more appropriate word because it's currently dead as he hasn't uploaded a single video since May 4th of 2017. Oh Lorne, please fucking come back because this channel is full of gems. Lorne's channel was only active for a little over a year starting on April 4th, 2016. Over that time frame, he uploaded 90 videos, which I'll give him a little bit of credit because that's way more videos than I uploaded my first year. Now, I'm sure there are people out there that will defend Lorne saying he was bullied off YouTube. He learned his lesson. He was just trying to let go of the past and move on. Okay, let's be realistic here. People get fucked with on the internet for far less egregious shit than this guy did. And on top of that, he willingly came on here himself. So he's just as much up to scrutiny as any of us other people that are on YouTube. And finally, the guy was literally making and trying to sell t-shirts with his fucking face from To Catch a Predator, as well as the word COD on it. No, he didn't fucking learn anything.
No, sir.
So today we're gonna dive into what the YouTube channel of a former To Catch a Predator star is like. Yeah, it's definitely real. This is the Lorne Armstong YouTube channel. Let's take a look at Lorne's filmography, starting off with his first video and YouTube classic entitled She's Moved On, in parentheses, I wrote. And no, it's not about his precious little princess, Kayla Marie Armstrong. Holy fuck, holy fuck.
Spend most of my time alone down here in Nashville. There's no conversation like there used to be. I have to face the facts that since I've left, she's tired of being alone, so she's moved on.
Most of the Cawd Man's uploads do consist of various musical exploits.
Nobody wants to get drunk and get loud. Let me hear from you. Drove me back to drinking in this bar.
Alright, in fairness, he's not terrible. I would actually almost seem like he's, you know when you go to like a family reunion and you've got that really shit-faced drunk uncle and he's the only one there that likes fucking country music, so he starts singing like Garth Brooks and shit like that, and while it's not terrible, it's, you know, you're already buzzed yourself, you're already like kind of feeling it, so you're just kind of listening and you're like, yeah, I mean, I guess this is what we're here for anyway, so fuck it. The point is, it's not great. Thankfully, that isn't all Lorne has to offer in terms of content for you to enjoy on his YouTube channel. Did you also know that Lorne is a vegan?
It's called Holy Guacamole. It's all natural. Put the camera so everyone can see it.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the potato of a camera that he was using, I'd actually put this cooking video about on par with my cooking video, minus the fact he wasn't watching like shittily dubbed movies. So I guess we could say my previous video is only marginally better than fucking Lorne Armstrong's.
Yell at me, why don't you?
To be fair, I'm not 100% sure he's a vegan. However, a majority of his cooking videos have something to do with veganism. There is one thing to keep in mind that around the 2017 time frame, I started seeing a whole lot of like vegan recipes, vegan gains, you know, vegan type shit. I don't know if vegan gains was around then, but like vegan type shit was becoming way more mainstream right around the 2017s. Lorne most likely was just trying to latch onto it being popular, and this is one of the examples of many things on his channel where he was clearly trying to become a celebrity or at the very least popular on the internet, despite his claims to the contrary. Take for example his Kubrickian picture known as My Week Coffee, Yell at Me, why don't ya? where he literally uses one of the To Catch a Predator catchphrases in the goddamn title.
Well,
I'll touch on this a little bit later on, but when it comes to his video titles, the man clearly doesn't know when he's being trolled. Or he didn't learn a goddamn thing from To Catch a Predator and was trying to spin that fame in his favor. Easier said than done, I guess, but keep this video in mind because we'll be coming back to it a little bit later. Moving on, have you ever wondered how the Lorne Meister himself got those manly, beefy ass arms? Well, you too can look like Lorne Armstong, as he created an at-home workout specifically designed for all of his followers. So I decided, fuck it, I'll do it too.
Hold your hands like this. You gotta go bring it back up with you and switch them off just like that. Okay, I've done it so long you can't do it.
Add an interject real quick.
Okay, now that right there
Can't do any more than that.
is gonna work
Bad back.
your stomach muscles and your arms and your shoulders and your chest.
Lorne got me at that
Because
one.
you're working all those muscles at one time. What we're gonna do is just do some regular. We'll do 10 of them. You have to let air get to your muscles. So I'm not gonna do this very long because normally I do it for 5 minutes, but I'm just gonna do it for a couple right now, and I'll show you a couple different ones. You're gonna go like this.
Suffice it to say, I do not have that particular item. And doing my research, asking around, I don't know anybody personally that has that item. So hey, if it's a great fucking tool to use for your fucking triceps, you know, let me know. But for now, I'm not gonna be fucking doing that shit. That's fucking embarrassing. Never thought I'd see fucking Lorne Armstrong yank it in front of me. It's not the worst workout I've ever done. Clearly, I was doing shit diamond push-ups. I almost did 15 pounders. I don't want to fucking hurt myself. Honestly, it's not really anything special. I'm not a fucking workout expert or anything. But you should watch this video. You get to see fucking Lorne Armstrong with what looks like a fucking 80s piece of equipment just going like this. It's like, come on, dude. All right, so we've been having a little bit of fun looking at Lorne's generic, I'm trying to be a YouTuber type of videos, but I don't have a fucking concept of what I want to do. So let's just go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes, the stuff that you're really here to see.
How do you always know? Why are you even asking?
I'm sure anyone watching this video knows Lorne appeared on To Catch a Predator back in the day. Based on what it says in the main sex offenders registry, he was convicted on June 30th, 2008. Honestly, I never would have fucking guessed that anyone from that show would ever try to use that particular fame, let alone try to sell some of the shit from when they were in prison based solely on that fame.
Some things up for sale. I'm going to be putting them on eBay, and they will all have my autograph on them. For one thing I'm putting up for sale is this scarf here. This is the scarf that I had when I was incarcerated. Are these shorts here. These shorts are shorts I had when I was incarcerated.
It's hot. Yes.
Then again, there's a huge market out there for collecting serial killer memorabilia, so who am I to judge? Now, there is some criticism that can be given to Chris Hansen and Perverted Justice for the way they handled their sting operations. And since the airing of To Catch a Predator, as well as the various spin-offs on YouTube over the years, The show and people involved have had a lot of scrutiny based on their methods. There are some people that say what they do/did is unethical or incorrect, and debates have been had as to whether they overstepped their bounds or didn't do things for the right reasons. And in my opinion, I think there are some fair points to the criticisms of Chris Hansen as well as Perverted Justice. However, I'm not really here to give my opinion on that particular matter. That debate is way above my pay grade. What I can say though is that Lorne himself actually brings this up. And no, the irony and hypocrisy coming out of Lorne's mouth is not lost on me as he fucking pimps Cawd shirts.
They got greedy. And they were trying to get anybody and everybody that they possibly could to get into those things. Because Perverted Justice was working for $100,000. They were not a volunteer group.
The t-shirt, would you rather have the saying that I have on there now of don't yell at me, I'm sensitive? Or would you rather have the saying, oh Cawd? Somebody else helped me realize that on the show I said, oh God. I didn't say, oh, Cawd. So therefore, I can legally put, oh, Cawd on the t-shirts.
So, and as far as everybody's comment about it being a good thing that Chris Hansen was there, yeah, it probably was. I mean, I just have a sour note about it because he was there for the wrong reason. It would have been a lot better if he was there for doing it for free. That's what disturbs me. He was doing it for money and for the glamour. So, you know, that's my problem with Chris Hansen. He was there for the wrong reasons.
I want to apologize for mentioning putting "oh Cawd" on shirts. Turns out I can't do that until I'm able to talk to a lawyer, and I really don't want to do that anyway because I'm trying to get away from my past. But what I can put is I can put Cawd Almighty and with a different picture on there, but I'm only going to do it for a week.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
Again, wherever you stand on the efficacy of Perverted Justice is fine, but Lorne clearly doesn't understand what hypocrisy is, and has rightfully been lambasted for it in the comment section. We have your whole chat log, so we do know 100% of it all. And if we don't, it's because you're always tiptoeing around the actual story. Enlighten us, Lorne, on how none of this is your fault. And then Lorne replies, "Bae, don't keep dancing on the edge of pissing me off. I have no problem with ignoring your ass." I feel like part of the problem is Lorne really has never taken responsibility for what happened. Because let's not forget, prior to the sting and the 1,000+ pages, Lorne was under the impression that he was speaking with a 13-year-old.
But that's not right!
And if you read through the chat log to him, that was okay. Let's jump back to the coffee video, as he does kind of touch on this.
I will get my chat log together. And I will show you the places that I said no in that chat log. Then argue with me about it. I will also tell you more things about the sting.
That video does not exist. So I decided to pull up the times he's referring to myself. Literally control effing the word no. And he did tell the decoy Kayla no, when she asked him if he was one of those internet weirdos. Oh, the fucking irony. However, on September 18th, he did say that she could say no at any point. Which to me just fucking comes off as that white knighty, oh, I'm such a good guy shit of, oh, I would never hurt you. I would never do anything like that unless you wanted me to. Unless you wanted me to.
Well, I want to kiss first.
If you want to bury Lorne even more though, on September 22nd, he also stated to not talk about getting together anymore on the internet. So how does that actually bury him? It's because the context of the actual chat itself stated that he didn't want to be seen in public with her until she was 18. However, he would then go on to say that he still wanted to see her soon. Fucking dumbass. Lorne's biggest card he attempted to play is that of the sympathetic man who has fallen but learned his lesson, or the constant victim of circumstance bullshit.
This example is one of the things that had happened to me that made it so I couldn't, well, that was part of why I couldn't think straight. This example is probably one of the most disgusting to me. one of my siblings needed some work done on the house, and so I had a septic business at the time, and I was making good money and did $700 worth of work. I told them it was a Christmas present, and if they want to give me a Christmas present back, then they can give me, make me some macaroni and cheese. There's some homemade macaroni and cheese that they made. And I did the same for another sibling. Went up to their house and I did $700 worth of work. The same thing, that it was a Christmas present. If they want to give me a Christmas present back, they can make me some deviled eggs. Then another sibling, I gave $425 to for heating oil. They can make me some of their homemade meatballs. I never saw the meatballs, I never saw the deviled eggs, and I never saw the macaroni and cheese until the following year. My sibling came down with a pot of macaroni and cheese and asked me to borrow $500 so they could get Christmas presents for the kids. But that there is an example of how I was treated for 5 years by people I idolized, and that's why I sold my house for $8,000 after I had over $60,000 into it. Gave away about 3 truckloads of tools and packed up the rest of my stuff and left and went to Nashville. It wasn't until after I got out of incarceration, was seeing a therapist and was talking to my probation officer, that it was them that realized that what my problem was I couldn't say no. And I will show you the places that I said no in that chat log.
This fucking guy literally just made a video saying he has a hard time telling people no when they need him for shit, and then literally just got done saying that, oh, I told her no, that I didn't want to fucking meet up with her. Like, I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys, this whole fucking thing is so surreal to me. With Lorne, reality isn't all the way there. Fame seems to be his ultimate goal, though. While in prison, he worked on a book and eventually published it. This book is entitled Taken Abroad and is about an army serviceman. Fun fact, Lorne was actually in the Air Force prior. And there's not really a joke that goes along with that, but it is kind of funny because in the military, the 4 main branches, the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, they oftentimes like to poke fun at each other and like talk a lot of shit and everything. So, and usually the Air Force does get a brunt of that joke. Save for like the Coast Guard, they usually get the most shit. But I almost wonder if subconsciously Lorne like looked up to like the Army people because he puts them over so hard in his book, because in the fucking YouTube channel, he actually has like the first 2 chapters of his book that he reads out loud. So I almost wonder subconsciously if he always wanted to be in the Army, but again, that's all fucking speculation. I'm just kind of talking out of my ass at this point.
You want to talk about buns? Huh? Get yours out of here!
As of now, I can't find this book available for purchase, but believe me, I'm looking. It's gotta be out there somewhere for me to buy. It's not got... Someone has to fucking have this thing. Lorne would state numerous times over and over again in his videos that he was a changed man and was trying to leave all that stuff behind him. And honestly, to a point, I can respect that. Like, you want to do better. You fucked up. I get that. The problem is, the dude has never actually taken any sort of responsibility for anything he's ever fucking done in his life. It's always victim this, pity me that, I got screwed over by my family. It's never him, it's always somebody else. It's always half apologies or deflections, never a straight up, hey, I did something fucked up and stupid. You may never forgive me, but I want to take responsibility and try to do the right thing. Especially when you're trying to become a goddamn internet personality. People are gonna look shit up. And the comment section has never let him forget it. Now, we did touch on this a little bit earlier, but the real meat and potatoes of Lorne's channel is the comment section. Sure, it's funny to poke fun at Lorne and his channel and the different things that he does, and that's good for a couple of laughs here and there, but the comments. Oh, the comments. So, because you moved your head around, that means the show is fake and you're not a child predator? Bah Cawd, this explains everything. Free our Lorne and Savior. This must be the first time in human history that a person has made a tutorial about coffee making and then midway switches gear and defends himself over a sexually explicit chat that he had with an underage girl. Do little girls get discounts? I have an idea. $13. Anyone just see the guilt, self-loathing, and pathetic punchableness in his eyes as he says, "Good morning, everyone." It's like every word he says is just like, "Yeah, I know. I hate me too." What I find fascinating is that despite the overwhelming negativity, people calling him out for trying to become popular based off of his To Catch a Predator appearances, he would still try and play the "I'm a changed guy who wants to move on" card and continue making vids like the Lorne reality show, and would constantly bring up the To Catch a Predator episode, whether in merchandising or general discussion. See, this is where shit gets a little bit annoying, because dude, clearly you want to be a YouTuber. You want to be famous and, you know, be an internet celebrity and all these different things and all that jazz, etc., etc., etc. Have the Lorne reality show because you constantly have videos that are titled that. You even had a fucking website called the Lorne reality show or something to that effect, right? The problem is you were on fucking To Catch a Predator. That's where you're famous from. And you've not only tried to like shy away from that fact and not take any ownership of it all, but at the same time, you've also tried to embrace being on To Catch a Predator and the fame that comes along with that, trying to sell fucking t-shirts and merchandise based off of it. You've had a fucking lawsuit with NBC over the rights to your fucking image on the show. You're like the fucking Schrodinger's cat of To Catch a Predator people. Unfortunately, Lorne seems to have deleted a lot of his videos. Lucky for us though, a vast legion of Cawders have re-uploaded them for us to watch. I do want to quickly mention there was a situation where Lorne supposedly fucking borrowed like 30K worth of money from some lady. I don't know all the details on this. That's why I'm not talking about it too much, but it is mentioned a lot in the comments. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot of the information in regards to that, but I figured I would at least mention it because it is like heavily argued about, and even Lorne's made a couple videos in response to it. So maybe I'll come back to that in the future and talk a little bit more about it, but for now, I don't have all the information there. Lorne's final video was released on May 4th, 2017, entitled "Important Message." In it, he reads a message from a person named Artsy Tiger. They are basically trying to get through to Lorne that his entire channel is a joke, more or less. They attempt to put things in perspective for Lorne. I genuinely believe at this point that Lorne actually thought a majority of the people watching his channel were doing so unironically. Following Lorne reading the message, he basically reiterates and asks should he take the person's advice and leave. And evidently he did. To this day, Lorne has not made another YouTube video on his channel, and unfortunately shut down his GoDaddy webpage, making it unavailable to view. Damn it. Since this video, Lorne has been off the grid basically, save for him needing to register as a sex offender. Currently, he is registered in Maine, however, his current whereabouts aside from that, I do not know personally. Mostly because I don't want to dig too deep into where the guy's living at. I may not personally like him, and you may not personally like him either, but I don't really want to fucking know where he lives. It is kind of serendipitous in a way that this would be his final video. Very seldomly do we actually see a proper quote-unquote conclusion to one of these YouTuber arcs. Yet this one absolutely had a proper send-off. All you need to do is look at the ratio and it's abundantly clear. Did Lorne deserve the hate and attention that he got from his YouTube channel? Do you think that he took enough responsibility for his actions in the past that wouldn't warrant a lot of this like a crazy amount of hate that he got after creating his YouTube channel? Well, I'll leave that for you to decide. In the meantime, I'll send you guys off with some more fucking gems from his comment section. Make sure to keep things light and rebellious, and I'll see you guys next time. You caring about something being illegal is the most ironic thing I have ever heard. This is the strangest Folgers coffee commercial I've ever seen. Watching this guy's videos makes me grateful that I have a family and friends and aspirations and goals in life. Whale, yell at us, why don't ya? He's trying so damn hard to keep that would-be casual, smug little grin on his face. Even he knows what he's saying is complete and utter horseshit. 2 words, role-playing chat room. It's been 2 years since our Lord and Savior has been with us. When will the true son of Cawd return? And the last comment that I'm going to show off is probably what I think is the best representation of why this channel is so great. Come for the comedy, stay for the comments. Thanks for watching.